Okay, so today I'm going to continue my 2K26 series, and it's been apparently 11 days since I did this, which is surprising. I was just looking at my VODs, and I always do have to check my VODs because, like, to see which last mode I lost in within the mode or which mode overall. Like, I have a couple different formats that I'm doing, and this is a very fun way to play the game. Like, not only is it like a permadeath round robin where like you go through different game modes until you lose and then you move on to the next one, but also within the modes themselves there's like a mini rotation as well. So like, you know, I did the my team limited, so now I'll rotate back to like the main whatever it's called at the top, right? Like the normal thing. So in the limited mode I'm trying to use only WNBA players, so it's like and at this point it makes it look worse than it is, because like our salary is like 3,000 when it can be 10,000. That's not really a fault of the, you know, WNBA players being bad. It's just more I don't really have very many. So we'll have like two concurrent collections going on at once, where one of them is, again, for the limited mode with the WNBA players, and then for the unlimited mode with just everybody, or just NBA players. I'm trying to separate them like that. What a crazy idea, but it's kind of true to life. Or in some modes, it doesn't seem to let you use the WNBA stuff. Or again, the mode that I really asked for was, why not in this mode, in the actual WNBA mode, why can't you do the play now online the same way that you can do just normally, right? That would have been a better online feature instead of stuffing it into my team. So now you're not only will you get triggered by unrealistic, unlifelike cards that I normally talk about, like versions of players where Thon Maker's going crazy, and like some previous version he was never that good in real life, or you know, whatever, you're getting cooked by a 99 version of players who were never 99 at any point in their career. But now it'll be twice as triggering because you're also getting cooked by a WNBA player who not only was never that good, even in context, like a 99 of somebody who's never that good, but then also especially not when compared to NBA players. Like, because again, a 96 for a WNBA player is not the same as a 96 for an NBA player, but now they're equating it like it is the same, right? So that's kind of dumb. So what we've been doing is we do the MyCareer, which I'm trying to build like this defensive anchor type character who is against the modern. He's an OG mindset, right? So he's against the modern state of the game where you don't want to stretch. So I don't want to guard the stretch, although sometimes you have to. A lot of the time you have to. I want to stay in the paint and guard the paint, and I also want to stay in the paint and score in the paint, or mostly, again, defend in the paint, get rebounds, get blocks, get, you know, putbacks, even stuff like that. Not so much to be a scoring threat. So again, the main thing with him is you're trying to be a good defender, you're trying to stay in the paint, and you're trying not to really need the ball much, but just do all the utility things, set screens, maybe make a couple good passes, get some offensive, defensive rebounds, get some blocks, right? Just sort of be solid and be efficient, right? Not so much a ball. So it sort of plays into a minimalistic approach, like you're trying to be a support, and it also complements the fact that usually online in these games, people are very ball hoggy, so it complements that because I don't need the ball to do that, right? I can just do everything besides scoring, do everything besides needing the ball, and I'll still be, you know, very impactful. So that's what I like. Kind of like a late career Wilt with the Lakers, where he would only average like 17 points a game, but he could shoot like 70% and he'd get 25 rebounds and he'd have like 10 blocks, and it's like, and he'd have a lot of assists. It's like, you know, you can have a major impact without needing to even score that much. So his stat line would be 17, 25, you know, 10 blocks, 7 assists, like crazy field goal percentage. You're having much bigger impact than just the scoring would tell you. So the thing that you also want, so again, MyCareer, so the last thing I did there was like the 3v3 in the theater, right? So we lost as that, and then the play now we lost as the Wizard. So I think now I'm going to go into the historic teams, right? Because when we lose as a team in that, they're gone forever. So we've lost as like all the tier 3 current teams except for maybe the Hawks, I think. But otherwise now we've unlocked the historic teams, which I kind of messed that up when I had a chance, because it lets you choose which ones to unlock now instead of giving you just all of them. So I should have chosen like only the tier 3 ones or something, or like only the ones I really want. I assumed it would just give you all of them, but it seems like it really is only going to give me the ones that I chose out of that set, because then the next unlock says it's going to be something different, right? Like a different era. So those ones that I didn't pick, I guess I can never get them, which is kind of dumb. And the one mode that they probably should have kept, although I didn't do it that much, it was like you get to play as a legend in the, it's like the 5v, well, you maybe can kind of do it in my team still, but it was like this play now online, but you could like play as a legend. So you'd play as like a player, right? You wouldn't play as a whole team. You would play like, okay, we're the Celtics and I get to control Paul Pierce and somebody else gets to play KG. So I'm just controlling the one player, right? But it's in the context of these teams. They're really pushing this WNBA thing too much though. Right, like I can still argue that, even though people will argue a certain, like, oh, Clark gets so much attention because she's good. It may be somewhat true, right, that she gets attention because she's good, but it's still disproportionate because there's other better players in the WNBA historically or currently, right? So you could say, oh, for a rookie, that's part of the reason why, or you could say just because whatever, but it's just relatively, it seems like she gets way too much attention. Right, and even relative to other rookies, like I don't know how good Cameron Brink has been or other players have been, but it's kind of like, is she really that much better than them that she deserves that much credit, that much more attention proportionally? Even like Angel Reese, who people make fun of, it's like, you know, there is always that element, right? When people get attention for other reasons, like the Tim Tebow effect or the Jeremy Lin effect or something, there's always like, it doesn't mean that they aren't good at that time, right, to deserve that, but it's not relative. There's like a storyline, there's like other reasons why, right? With Tebow, there's like a religious undertone. With Lin, there was some of the, again, there's nothing wrong with it, but like a certain community support of his ethnicity. Again, there's nothing wrong. Yao Ming kind of benefited from that too, where he like got a ridiculous number of all-star votes all the time. So you got Durant with the Rockets. I did do that 1 week way back in the day, which is kind of funny, as like a sports podcaster, where I just for some reason did, instead of my normal debate format topics like philosophy and psychology, I did those. I discussed sports for a week, and it was mostly the NBA because that's what I knew the most about. And some of those takes actually were pretty good, and for some reason have appeared in YouTube comments since. Like sometimes I just have a way of saying things that has like a, I don't know, the phrasing of it is very clear to my style. Like Sam Jones is the most underrated player ever because he's the overall leading scorer for the greatest dynasty in the history of professional sports. Like how he won 10 of the 11 titles with the Celtics, and he is their overall leading scorer if you look at that, and he hit a ton of clutch shots, right? So like he doesn't get any respect at all for given that. So that's what you can sometimes do in my team, is I can spotlight like the all underrated team. Certainly Rick Barry was unbelievable. All these stupid logos on the jersey really piss me off. Ring and AT&T. What if it's like two competing things on the same thing? Like they won't do that. One side is Burger King and the other side is McDonald's. So again, we did that. My team we lost as the Wizards, and then we did the Play Now Online. Then we did my team. So those are the three main modes that I'm doing, and then within that we did the My Team Limited, and I lost as the WNBA team, so we'll rotate back. The only mistake with making this, guys, is I didn't do the offensive rebounding enough. And the reason why, let me look at something real quick. Okay. Offensive rebounding I kind of botched, and I don't know exactly what you have to do to do this, right? You have the 19k points. It might be something in the story mode that you have to kind of do. But if I could increase my max, I would certainly do this all the way. So again, we got defensive rebounding to 74, which is okay. Block should be the next priority. Interior defense, actually, I could do first. Right, we'll finish those two off. Then we could mess around with some of these again. These aren't as important to me. Standing dunk and close shot, but you know, it's fine. So So we're 87 interior defense and 78 block, which can go all the way to 99. Defense, I don't know why even the defensive rebounding is so low. I thought some of it was kind of automatically based on certain things you choose. It forces you to do other ones. But this mode has actually been pretty good because, although again, it's ruined by maybe some of there'll be like a 7-4. There's like this meme all around that you see in like YouTube clips and stuff. It'll be, oh, these 7-4 demons who can like shoot like Curry and, you know, just do everything and move like a guard, which to be fair is at least real somewhat. It's not like, oh, that's just some broken thing. Even in real life, there is some element of that where, you know, not that everybody can do that, but. So we did the 3v3 casual court. Some of these modes might actually change. 2K15 scoring rules, what is the difference with that? OG rules, games to 15 by 1s and 2s. No squads 3v3. So again, even though we're only 64 overall, there is a certain satisfying definition with it of like, you can really tell what my character is all about. So I can be really good at certain things and bad at everything else, and it doesn't matter. So those are some of the goofiest things we've done so far, though, with the 1v1, where it was so like we were both struggling to score so much and we were both so shitty that it just looked like a clutch. So he's 79, but what scares me is, again, the perimeter element here. So he's good at 3, and everybody's so good with the releases. Like, maybe I just underestimate that should be taken for granted, but you know, I should be able to post them up. Even though my post control isn't that good. Okay, those releases can be a little tricky. Or even my character moves like differently here. He's not really even that fast, but somehow... Wait. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Like, I can't do anything with that, though. He's too fast. Like, really, what am I supposed to do with that? But at least there, you bait him, and then he has to pick up his dribble. So, you're not going to be able to shoot over a 7-4 guy. You know, my thing with this is I would try to stay in front in the sense that... you can try to stay in front of me and force me to pick up my dribble in a way that... See, I just don't believe in the jump shots as much, but if they can hit their releases, I can accept it. I mean, there's nothing... Sometimes that is dumb, like in real life situations too. If you say like, who would be the... There's nothing I can do. I mean, I don't understand. Like, look how fast he is. I can't do anything. Like 1v1 between, you know, a guard and a big, it's like... What am I supposed to do with that? The big will post them up every time and score, which I should be doing here, but... And the guard will do the same. Right, the big will post them up every time, and then the guard will just be too fast and drive by them and get a layup or hit a 3 like this. So it's not really... I don't even care. Like, it's just dumb. Not that he was that much better in terms of his stats, but... Or I should have at least been... I should have at least been able to post him up better and do things like that, but... I was doing something in those other 1v1s that... I would kind of just like walk into the paint and they would kind of let me get away with that a little bit. You're not really backing them down. But whatever, that was... It's just dumb. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. And realistically, I'm even saying like, this guy in that mode, he still moves faster than he normally does. Because his speed is very low and is kind of locked at a low level because of his weight combined with his height or whatever. And so it's like... it doesn't matter because, you know, you shouldn't be able to keep up with him. And I guess somehow I should have been able to effectively back him down better and stuff like that. At least and score that way. But somehow he was strong enough to still hold up to that a little bit, which he shouldn't be. Like strength. Oh, I guess you could do that. Strength is only a 53, even though you're just so big that it should be. The speed is locked at a 25. So maybe that's something I should actually do as well. I wish it would just tell me how to use that stupid. That stupid thing. Yeah, boost. But this is like temporary stuff. I mean, like permanent. Right, like again, the total. Maybe you can't do that, but whatever. Like it's just weird. But again, that would be how it would go in real life. Like, oh, Kareem versus Jordan in a 1v1 is like they'll keep saying that as like, oh, the best 1v1 player would be Kobe or Jordan or something. No, it would be Wilt, because you just can't do anything with him. Or Shaq, he'll just post you up and dunk it on you every time. There's nothing you can do. Right, so it might not look as pretty, but... Or even, yeah, they should just add the WNBA teams to this mode. So again, if we look at the tier 3, we have the Hawks, Jazz, Nets, Spurs. Hawks, Jazz, Nets, Spurs, Wizards. The Jazz is done, Nets is done, Spurs is done, Wizards is done. So the only one left there is the Hawks. So I could keep doing that until... Should I maybe do that just because... I guess I can't do it. Like, instead of going into the historic teams and rotating back, why don't we actually just... But it doesn't matter, because if I win, I'll have to do the historic teams anyway, but whatever, we'll do it like that. Just to show this is the last tier 3 current team that we have still alive. And of course, I don't trust the threes, or I don't take a bunch of threes, but most used just because I probably won one single game, so then I got to do another one. That is a really annoying feature, the fact that they, if you win a game, you can't play as that same team again that you just won as right immediately after. So we've won like multiple games, right? So we would have done that, we would have done this, right? Or maybe, I don't know, it might should be a jersey after this. But whatever, yeah, we want to stay alive with them, at least one of the current teams. But I always play through big, so I don't even like the whole trade. Oh, I guess I forget that Porzingis is on here, and I was. That's part of the reason why I won. It's a good start, at least. But yeah, I should have a little more faith in your ability to do that, but I have to practice the releases then a bit. Yeah, Porzingis, exactly the kind of height advantage and everything that I want. Yeah, he probably should have made that.
And Porzingis has got the ball here for the Hawks.
Or that's the most annoying kind of 2K animation, where like you'll be bumping against somebody and then you'll just sort of phase right through them. And the shot meters are very annoying that I don't understand sometimes how they work. They just change in the middle of what you're doing. That shouldn't have been a foul. Kind of in good position ahead of time. Oh yeah, that was a good joke. This Ricochet guy, like all his shots Ricochet off the backboard, like ricochet off the backboard. You maybe could have dunked it there even. I don't sometimes trust it, but this game is very forgiving with the... It doesn't let you really block them very often. In previous ones, you could always like dunk it from behind or block it from behind or something. Yeah, it's very generous with the dunk animations, not very generous with the block animations.
The one-hand dunk just looks so fluid. Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Part of what makes him unique.
Okay.
That combination of power and polish. Well, a new era in Portland, Grant. Young, raw.
So he's back there, but he's injured, and I mean, it would have been interesting to see LaMarcus and them stay together for longer. If you could imagine, like, they would have been pretty good, and even that is like a big three potential. McCollum, Aldridge, and Lillard. Would that be good enough to win something? Probably not, but it was pretty good. Like some of those setups, like that's a very good backcourt that gets underrated because you had Steph and Clay going off, but there's nothing wrong with that. Right, like Wall and Beal was really good, and McCollum and Lillard was pretty good too. Oh shit. Even as I'm making fun of him, but that would be more like a jump shot that you get. Yeah, it just makes it look so daunting how tiny that little green sliver is. Especially when it's, again, like an open shot or a free throw. It shouldn't be that big of a deal.
And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Tomorrow. And that one is hammered home.
I will give it credit, though. It makes it feel like how defense actually feels in the real game, that you just can't do it or you can't play anything, which to somewhat people always say it's the rule changes, but somewhat it's not, right? They'll say, oh, threes weren't as prevalent as prevalent in a previous era, but why not? Because they're just hard to hit and players couldn't shoot. So you know what I mean? Like, even a lot of the time they would get open shots, it was just considered a hard shot, and so now that players are just better at hitting them, right now the players are just better at hitting them. Now you act like, oh no, it's because of the errors, because of defensive rules, when it doesn't have to be because of that at all. It could just be, no, players are just genuinely better. Right, modern centers are better at shooting than old school guards used to be. So you got to give some credit there. I'm a fan of bringing back hand checking and stuff too, but it just wouldn't make all that much difference. Excellent release on a dunk. Like, why does that matter?
The burst. Man, Sharp can go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye. Back to Okongwu. The kick out to Johnson.
This is like the cousin of the dude.
Inside.
The SGA, I guess. Because Alexander is the name they share. It's a little confusing, but he's not really taking very many jump shots, but he's getting by me a little bit too easily. I hate that.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Young attacking. Back to Porzingis.
I'm very good with like those little pauses and hesitations that, like, they'll jump immediately at everything, but I just wait. That's my signature move, is just wait, stand there, don't do anything. And right, like,
what he lacks in height, he certainly makes up for with his bounce. Here's Young, plenty of space. Kristaps Porzingis getting it done.
right, like you run up the court and then they're right there, but then you just wait and they jump at nothing and then you just get an easy layup. Like, it's not really a move, but it's just you're not even really faking it.
It's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play.
Luke Kennard, Extra Crispy's favorite player when he was on Detroit. He was always acting like he's so great, and he is a good shooter, but
More options offensively throughout the remainder of the game. Pass to Alexander Walker. There's the screen. Here's Newell, defended by Murray.
see, that dunk animation is just busted for so many players that maybe aren't even that great at dunking. It's just like, it's very rewarding, like the Aaron Gordon I just can't play defense though. Or again, I play fast, I play a lot in the paint, like these are my signatures. It's interesting to compare my style of play actually in these games to again, that just happened automatically. I didn't even do anything. And he probably didn't do anything either. He wasn't even like sprinting through me. like, oh, in chess I'm so defensive and this and that, and in
Well, with Nikhil Alexander Walker Clark, his versatility may be his greatest asset.
Yeah, I agree with you there, BA. I mean, he can initiate the offense if he needs to. He can
right, like I'd be defensive and I try to trade and I try to simplify positions and I try to just do simple, steady things, versus in this, like I try to play good defense, shut everybody down, and try to play fast, get a stop, then play fast, score easily, get an easy layup or dunk, not rely on jump shots, not run a lot of plays, not use the coaching settings. Like it's very to the point. But I try to simplify everything and just try to play inside, bully ball, higher efficiency shots, and you know, again, play inside. My bigs always shine regardless of anything. Like, even if the bigs aren't the best on the team, they
Outside sharp. 4 on the clock.
even if the bigs aren't the best on the team, you're going for everything. You got a 7-foot player, you use their height to your advantage, you're able to
On the wing, Ricochet. Back to a Kongwu.
oh, he had a bigger green there for a second. Again, you're trying to go for the efficient shots inside, like the old school mentality, score in the paint, let the bigs dominate, and also, again, play fast, get easy kind of shots. Don't have to run plays and rely on that. Try to play good defense, which I obviously can't do.
Right there, BA. Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And here's Daniels. Defended by Obvious.
Kind of need Porzingis back in here, man.
Outside Ricochet. Here's Young. Obdia pulls the
See, that green became bigger at the end, so what does that mean? I don't know. It's like it's exactly... Oh, what the fuck? He started off with a turnover, and he's still turning it over there, but you got to get used to the inability to play defense because everybody just...
Shows how hard it is to be consistent night in and night out.
Everybody just scores every time.
So if you're off your game even just a little, that could be enough to lose it for you.
I feel like those are officiated so inconsistently. So many times people back me down for like an hour, and they don't get the 3-second call. And whatever happened to that 5 seconds back to the basket thing? I feel like that doesn't even exist, or you never hear it get called.
stolen by Young.
I don't even reach. I'm just kind of in position.
Ricochet with the ball. Obdia picks him up. Here's Porzingis. Porzingis punishing inside.
They're punishing those late defensive.
See, that still came down to a release kind of man. A release issue. This game has the biggest release issue since GTA 6.
Easy to jam it.
Down low.
See, that almost shouldn't be that easy to just do that, but
Porzingis with the jam.
it's so easy to dunk in this game.
Really read the floor.
But I like that as an interpretation. Like when I would play the historic Celtics, like the Bird Celtics, it would always be McHale who would be my best player, not Bird, because he's got a slow release. I don't like taking so many jump shots. So it would, if I was the coach, McHale would have been the guy, right? That's just my way of doing things.
Fires the 3. The rebound by the Hawks.
Like, should you really be able to do that? Should you really be able to do that? Like, is he going to rage quit over there, or is he just going to change some setting, which of course I never do? Or we got to get to like some of those, like the Suns, the Steve Nash Suns,
Take 2 free throws.
in the historic thing, because
You look at Porzingis,
Um,
he's a bigger guy. He's really agile, which I think puts defenders in difficult spots. When they're
because again, that would match my style.
That one falls.
I feel like the Harden Rockets didn't even do that as much, but they were just so 3 intensive that... And I like how people would use that as an argument, like, oh, that proves he's bad, or that style doesn't work. But he was up 3-2 on the Warriors. Like, even LeBron was, and the Cavs and all these other teams, they weren't up 3-2, and yet he was. So, like, even with like Chris Paul injured the one game, it's like you don't give enough credit for like overachieving when hang on a second. I watch on my one phone just to see my chat and that everything's working, but it's like it always like goes to sleep too fast.
Takes the three. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young.
But yeah, I use the pick. Oh my god, I use the pick stuff too much. Oh my god, I've turned it over actually quite a bit.
That was flat out awesome.
Oh, see, it went to sleep again. What the hell is happening? Not even low on battery. What is this? Yeah, this is actually pretty important to keep this alive. Again, defense is just non-existent. I'm not a fan of like spamming the dribble moves the way that people do, but
Back to Ricochet. 5 to shoot.
oh, that was kind of deserved though, the way that okay, it just keeps going off. I don't know why. Whatever. I don't know what this is, like this phasing through. It's like sometimes they reward you too much even when you don't have momentum to just like, I don't get that. But this is literally not working and it's very distracting. It is not letting me actually watch this. Hang on. He goes to sleep like every 5 seconds that I'm not using it. Okay. Yeah, this is the most I've really done one of these series right when it comes out, because whatever, it's just like the excellent release, but you still get blocked. It's interesting that that can even happen.
Picks him up defensively.
Trying to foul there. I don't know. This is just dumb. Got to go cheese with Porzingis all day. Even that is like as a driving dunk, it's still so rewarding. Like, I just can't understand sometimes the staying in front of people thing. It's just way too hard. Again, playing fast is obviously a big thing here. He's not taking jump shots, so maybe I shouldn't worry about that too much, but it's tough to say that with Lillard of all people. Yeah, see, like Trey's release is very fast and very difficult to actually use.
Good partnership. Thanks much for the report, Ali. Young inside.
I don't know what kind of move that even was, but you just have to hope that they sometimes don't make shots like that, because if everybody just hits the releases all the time, you're never going to be able to do anything.
Young to the paint.
I mean, just spam the dunks. Like, they gotta almost nerf that a little bit. It used to be like there was more of a buffer. If somebody's around you, it's a little harder to do that. Whereas here, it's like anytime you're anywhere near it, even with players who might not be that good at dunking. But yeah, that's one good rule proposition with all the threes that are going on, that people say maybe dunk should count as three. So for example, you know, three should count, or I mean, dunk should count as three, so that you're more encouraged to play inside. So you'd be discouraged from layups, but encouraged for dunks and threes. And then I say that there should be a 4-point line for those deep threes. You might think, oh, that's bad for the game, but it's already happening, right? They're already playing like that, so you may as well, you know, you may as well reward them. I don't even know what's going on, but why was that green so good there the first time? I'll pump fake it, but the green will be huge, so I should just take advantage of it. I don't know if I'm getting like some input lag or something. Why is it that they can move around so fast? I like that they would even be worried about me potentially hitting a jump shot, because I don't take them the whole game and then they still keep jumping at them. Like, how is he doing that every time? Like, he's just like turboing by everybody. And again, the bigs, I think the biggest problem is I expect that a little bit too much. The bigs don't do that anymore, where they actually are in the paint at all. They're just always, you know, they're always worried about the stretch aspect. And
plays beyond his size. I mean, using the quickness and agility to get the better of bigger players. I mean, that's impressive for a young guy.
he really seems to want to shoot with Holiday here, but
Now here's Holiday.
Holiday is like an Iguodala type guy who can have such a major all-around impact, but you know,
Daniels. And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of
come on, Porzingis was in position. Okay, I better switch my phone that I'm watching with, because it's annoying me that he keeps going to sleep every 2 seconds.
For the fans and give them their money's worth.
Oh shit. So laggy, like why is it doing that?
It's the Trailblazers up 2.
That is so annoying that it keeps doing that. All right, so we got destroyed in the MyCareer thing, but this we can still survive. And like I said, even if we win this, we can't do a proper streak with it, because we have. I can't do that. I don't know what you're supposed to do with it.
Boy, the ability to knife inside and
I don't know.
control is fearless when it comes to attacking the basket.
Young inside. And he was fouled.
Kind of get bailed out there a little bit.
Free throws.
But yeah, some of the best shooters do have weird releases at times. Even Curry's isn't like the best release. It's very fast, which makes it hard to deal with, but it's not like a conventional release that's easy to learn or anything like that. That's actually maybe more impactful to him than you realize, is how fast it is, because
Lillard fires away from way
I like that gravitational pull of the one guy there.
and then some.
Whatever. I don't care. This is trash.
From way downtown.
Here's Young. And it's
Yeah, the releases just don't make sense to me sometimes.
1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Lillard left side.
So I always have to be ready to bring help. It doesn't matter if I can't stand front. And this isn't even like prime peak Lillard. This is an older, he's been through some injuries.
Feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
I mean,
And let's take a moment.
again, I like to play on ball, but it's just not, you could say it's just certain players' faults. Like, okay, Trey just can't do that, but you can't stay in front of people at all. It's just dumb.
Been very effective against them.
And all I do is I keep trying to get a big to move back to the center more.
Point lead.
All right, like, okay, here we go. Now I could do that.
Now Lillard. The three is up. Newell pulls it in. And you just can't afford to give up that kind of
See, again, another forgiving dunk animation. Like, I'll have more dunks than he does threes. And again, if they counted for 3, that would be something.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down. Oh, I love watching him
But I hate how they sub out my dude
get off the ground and
at this stage in the game.
Here's the Kongwu. Shot clock at 5.
There's no movement. Like, what are you doing?
Fires the 3.
Oh, he's not even necessarily a good three-point shooter.
And this is just typical of him.
Just typical of him.
An impact at crucial moments in the game.
you know they want the ball in his hands here.
We've gotten a couple steals off Lillard, but not with reaching. Again, just with position. I always just need, like, that'll be my dream, my team that I could make is like just all good defenders who can actually stay in front and just be solid. Right, not that you'd be great at scoring like a Scottie Pippen type stuff.
Here's Porzingis.
And even the commentator gets juked out by that.
The officials were right on top of that.
Here's Porzingis, but it never even got to him, so why are you saying that?
But to blow the whistle, I mean, you got to play without fouling.
So according to this, Trae Young is just the worst defender ever, and he can't do anything.
Trailed by 6.
And so
Young outside.
that is a bigger liability than you realize. Like, a lot of these guards who are small they're a defensive liability more than anything.
Now Porzingis.
Where you get to,
To go from the low block.
Knowing his team needs a hoop. Porzingis
you know,
out getting
just
Now Grant. Ready off the pass.
like the Isaiah Thomas or the Allen Iverson. It's a weak thing where you get. Oh, okay, I give up.
The numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Here's Daniels.
Go, keep going.
Ball's knocked loose. And stolen by Williams. The drive by Grant. Flushes it down with both hands.
I mean, again, there's no defense being played in this game, so
Really taking it strong to the cup.
yeah, that Green was fighting to
Trailblazers.
be better, like bigger, but I don't get it.
A minute 15 left to play
All
in
this
the
sort of
fourth quarter.
phasing through shit that happens.
Lillard. Oh, the long ball, no good. Now Porzingis. Bucket.
You just cheese with him the whole time, but there's no way we can do it.
Hands in
Especially when I never take threes or I can't make them. See, that's just all a defensive issue. Like, there's no defense.
Lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Or I hate when people say, but Dominique Wilkins is the best Hawk, when it really should be Bob Pettit, because at least he won their title and he beat the Bill Russell Celtics, one of only 2 teams to do that. The other one being the other dude, obviously Wilt.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points. It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
Avdia rips down the board, and they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, just trash. Like, maybe I shouldn't play on ball so much if it's going to be like that, but I don't even want to foul. Just let him have it.
Some breathing room.
Slow down. No need to hurry. Take the best shot available.
He's kind of took a shitty shot, but
Atlanta with the ball. They trail by 6.
I don't get that.
Layup. And now we've got an intentional foul.
All right, I just did that because I don't want to even have any of these current teams still available. But now we'll go to my team and possibly do the original mode. I don't even want to foul, but
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
he's just doing it on it. It's just doing it on its own.
As the first free throw misses, we'll see if he can hit the second.
That's too bad though. This team I liked and did well just because of Porzingis,
Potential to be
not because of anything else.
a player in this league.
Right, like Trey and the 3-point shooting isn't my type of thing. So that was kind of trash.
And so
Yeah, Trey cannot stay in front of Lillard to save his life. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. 28, 30. Oh, wow. I didn't realize even that. 13 for 13. Wow. See, this is what I do with the bigs. I cheese with them. I maybe abuse them a little bit. I definitely always make them shine. And I turn perimeter players into garbage because... So, again, that would be... Finally, we get to do the historic ones the next time. So we'll do my team. And again, after the limited mode, we get to you know, we get to go back probably to that showdown one, right? Or salary cap, or maybe not. This is single player. This is some kind of non-interactive thing. And so, yeah, we'll go back up to the top. Let's see which ones we got here. So I haven't used the auction house yet, or I don't even think I've unlocked it yet. Gold tier and rep. But I wanted to make like almost some sort of rule set where like I can't use it, which might seem dumb, but I kind of like the dynamic element of it sometimes. Right, where in fact, I wanted to get a pack like this, but they're all too expensive. I shouldn't use VC because I'm using that for the My Player, but I should use the My Team points. The 3,000. There's one for like 5,000 last time. Yeah, like 5 or 6. So the problem is you keep using them on like... I keep using them on probably the salary and stuff, although I'm not really seeing where it asks you for that. Every time. It doesn't have that pop-up anymore. The Storm. I should probably use some of these for the WNBA team that I have. Right, like the cosmetics that match. But no, it's kind of fun to see whatever you get and try to make the most of it instead of going in and doing that. Andrew Wiggins 79. Seems pretty low actually. Maybe he fell off a bit. 94 Nuggets, which maybe was the one who upset the Sonics, or maybe no, I don't think it was that year. Yeah, I wonder how many female coaches they actually have in the WNBA. It's more like that's actually pretty significant because I have very few decent quality players here. It's even celebrating that, saying, "Oh, you can improve something." So let's change some of the cosmetics for this. Who did we just get? The 68, I think, only. Which I don't think is going to be that big of a deal. Or we could do some weird little format that might seem negative, but again, I'm the prognosticator of the stimuli acme, so it would be from a position of objectivity or some whatever. We could do the all baddie team, like, oh, let's pick the best looking WNBA players. Again, it's dumb, but that's the kind of format almost that's the kind of shit that people would actually like. Let's do it based on looks, not based on skill or how good they are. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, the cosmetics. Okay, something that's actually relevant to the, yeah, like the fever one is kind of cool. For this, Storm. Like imagine Seattle has that. Imagine Seattle has that, but not. Nets playbook nugget. I don't know. I don't really care about that, but maybe whatever. We're doing fine with what we got. So again, I haven't used an auction house, so what we have is what we have. And so I want to see, like, again, that's kind of a cool way to do it, where you get to separate the two. How do we see this here? I just want to see everything. Why is it? Okay. How do I see it then? Yeah, okay. So we have some of these which are like the free agent ones that will go away after a while. Right, Wilt and Jalen Williams, Grant. Oh yeah, I was trying to do that, and maybe some of the 1v1s or where you play as like just one player, just to kind of give him some shine. Oh yeah, I was seeing like what could I replace in my current thing. So we had like Grant Hill coming off the bench actually, and then we just got one dude whose name I forget. The 85 dude who's some of the position stuff kind of pisses me off because like would Luka not be more suited as a point guard? So we can do the 85 dude. Oh, we also got RJ Barrett. When did we get that? This is going to make my team seem kind of stacked actually. Some random 79 dude got wait, what is he if he's not he's a small forward? Wait, what rating was he? He's 94, so what I'll do is I'll put RJ Barrett there, and then so our bench is getting kind of crazy. We have the 85 dude, and we have an 80. Wow. I don't even know when I got some of these. When did I get him? It couldn't have been just now. Huh, I wasn't even paying attention to that. So we have like a very good bench now, even though some of these positions overlap a bit. Right, we might not have, yeah, we don't have enough point guards then for that. Like if you were to try to make a lineup out of this, right, you could have like, I don't know how you would even do it. Right, you have shooting guard, small forward, shooting guard, small forward, shooting guard, small forward. One of these could play power forward, but they won't let you. 75, 74, 79. Oh wait, that's me kind of breaking my rule that I said that they all have to be NBA. How did that happen? But yeah, we need like a point guard here. What a coincidence that all of the lower rated players are female, haha, even though there are exceptions. A point guard. Yeah, arguably some of these players you should have low rated on purpose, right? It doesn't matter, oh, 75, 74. You should pick the lowest possible ones because you're just trying to minimize the whatever, either the salary or deflate your rating basically. Okay, so we got the fever thing there, we got this, so let me go ahead and try. So again, we got some major upgrades to that. See, this is why you don't even need, forget about microtransactions or forget about, you know, the auction house even. You already have such a nasty team here, but obviously some of these are, like, these must be free agents. I just don't know how it works in this one. Like, he has 19 games left. Right, but this is pretty beastly. You got Luka, Jalen Williams, 94, 94, 96. Right, Grant Hill, which again, if they had any sense, you could put Luka at the point. You could put him at the 2. You could put Grant Hill at the 3. You could put Wemby at the 4. Or 5, whatever, and put Wilt at the 4. Can he shoot? A minus, but what is that actually in the attribute? Only 84. They sometimes lowball some of these ratings that you expect. Okay, hang on. Okay, let's try to actually win some. So we're using the best possible NBA team with this, in this mode and some of the other modes. But in the salary cap, I'm using the WNBA. Again, regardless, it starts off pretty fitting because, oh, the salary is low. But it's too low. Like, we can obviously get up to 10K, but we'll separate it. So we can't use it, WNBA players here, and we can't use NBA players there. We'll just split it up like that, right? We use one or the other, kind of like in real life, but it just feels more fitting, so it's thematic, right? So that's like a challenge. Oh, try to win the whatever, try to make a team with only one or the other. Chicago Lick My Nuts Gang. They clearly don't moderate these names. Jack Sigma, somebody who's very underrated and finally made the Hall of Fame. Mark Aguirre is still waiting. You know, very deserving, better than a lot of people in there. 77 wins, division. Why does that look shitty, though? That looks like bronze 2. It doesn't look like a very high rating, or rank, whatever. But what am I missing? Is this Jack Sigma holding the ball, or what's going on? Wait, Carrington? Is Carrington... Who is Carrington? Who wait, what? Who is this guy? Oh, maybe just to fill the point guard spot because you have to. All right, we got Jalen Williams. All these players pretty much can shoot. Obviously, Wilt is the go-to guy, but... And Wilt has had such propaganda against him always because it's like... He had like fadeaway jump shots. He had all kind of shit. If you look, you can look up highlights and whatnot. And if you do that, then you realize, you know, they lie about him all the time and everything is just wrong. They even try to fake the dunk and assume it wouldn't work, but it just does work. So, but no, I like how you can define the style of play. Like, I don't want to shoot threes, and I value that should have been out of bounds. Is this Jack Sigma though? What is this? I'm even glazing him and praising him myself, but what is that? Why is he playing like that? Like, bro, he's gonna post you up and do something like this. Look at that, look at that, duck under. Bro, I'm gonna turn Wilt into what he actually was, and this is still a late career Lakers kind of Wilt. You just don't understand. Like, I wish people could. Wait, why did he back off though? Why did he back off? The AI for the defense on bigs is always dumb because they're worried about the stretching. Luka's not really my type of player either because he sort of. I don't know what to do. Like, his jump shot is slow. He's unathletic. He makes everything difficult. That doesn't mean it doesn't work for him, but that would have been a good pass to Sigma there, right? That was my fault. I jumped at it, not Wilt's fault as a defender.
And he's really improved as a playmaker over the years. Beal's basketball IQ seems to just get higher and higher.
Now here's Bridges. Here's Chamberlain. Shots blocked.
Guys, that is how you send a message.
Top 10 most unrealistic plays in NBA history right there, but whatever.
Pass to Sigma. Back to Beal.
Like, the Bill Russell argument is such BS because you underrate, oh, he won 11, and like, so what does that mean? Like, you're discounting Sam Jones, you're discounting everybody else. Like, what?
Hard to shut down a player of his
caliber. Whatever.
Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter.
Why is Sigma moving and doing that? I hate these versions of players. Like, why are you taking a three? He wasn't a 3-point shooter at all. He was not a. He could hit mid-range pretty well, but. Oh, that was a bad shot, though. I was right there. All right, that's fine. I don't know why we're turning it over so much here, but okay. Like, what is this, dude? You got to remember what kind of mode and what kind of game you're playing. It's not sim at all. It's not sim at all. It's completely. Yeah, it's not even trying to be sim. He's got Sigma looking like a Jokic or something. Right, bringing the ball. Like, I don't know. Like, why is he even guarding the guard? Like, I don't get it. What is that? I'm hitting the shot there. What is this? I gotta figure out how those releases work, especially inside, but I just can't do it. They just don't make any sense. Although it is odd that he was so bad at shooting free throws because he could hit every kind of other shot. There's even videos of him like hitting threes and stuff. Not that he would consistently do that or do it in any game, but or like the equivalent of threes that didn't even exist at that time. I can accept it. I mean, again, if you can hit releases, you're obviously better than me, but.
Absolutely, they're playing their game and executing at a real high level.
He's cold, even though he just scored. Like, what is this? That is like the modern, annoying way that players play, though. Just hide under the screen and do all this. I mean, come on. He'd be making all that shit. But no, we got point guard Sigma over here. Just, all right. It's just not a real thing. Like, that's not a real player. There's no such player like that. Right, it's just dishonest to portray them like that. You could say, oh, maybe with modern rules or something, it might feel like that, but. Yeah, all right. I shouldn't force it to Will, even though none of these plays actually make any sense, but it's all right. Just jack up some bad three and get rewarded for it.
Here's Chamberlain. Back to Hill. Clock at 6. Here's Chamberlain.
Got to do some of these funky, weird type of moves.
Chamberlain's gotten 4 this quarter.
If the possession ends with a shot in,
Like, what is this Sigma shit, man?
basket by Beal.
Yeah, Beal
He's even happy to see him because he's a great player, underrated, but
cannot afford to let him get
that's so dumb. He's not playing the three at all.
Here's Chamberlain. And it's blocked.
Yeah, they're kind of.
Big time effort.
I'm looking at it too much like realistic versions of players and trying to play like that, but you can't do it.
Back to Beal.
At least these defenders are a little better where they can actually stay in front of people.
It's rebounded by Barrett. Seattle trails by 18. Here's Hill. Ooh,
And Grant Hill, obviously, early career was a beast, but then he got some injuries, so he would have been
it's gonna be on.
very, very good,
man.
averaging like 25 and 6 and stuff.
He hits the second from the line. Quarter number 2 and around 3. Three-pointer Beal. That is now his
And if you can hit the releases, I don't care.
impressive.
Keep going. Why did they stop?
The ball. Beal's got every shot in his arsenal, including that nice pull-up.
Chicago with the ball.
Now Beal is like on the Clippers, I guess.
8-5 run. And here is Hill.
They don't really move enough. Like they're staying in the same spot. Keep going, cut, slash, do something.
Pass to Wembanyama. Shoots over Reed.
And for once, I actually hit the,
Great D.
I hit the release for once. Right on what would have been a really tough shot.
Chicago leading by 20.
No, I can accept it. I mean, it's not really a game. It's a 3-point contest, right? Like there's no other.
Got his first
It's just jack up threes. That's all you do.
For years, Durant has spoiled us with his incredible shot-making ability.
And yeah, Wilt doesn't even need to rest. He can just play.
Chamberlain.
He can just play the whole game.
Had it with the pump fake. And a deep 3 from Curry. A dominating first half
Wow.
of play. And so far, it hasn't been
If we go back to the other mode,
ahead.
what would we do?
See you after halftime.
There's like one more in the theater there. I don't even mind this team, but I'm obviously not using them right.
Half. We'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second.
You know, I'm treating it like it's sim realistic.
The best shooter of all time. Talk about what makes him special, Grant.
Well, BA, he can hit shots under the most difficult circumstances.
Doing these fading threes, like just,
Only a sliver of daylight
I can't say like, oh, his team is that much better because it's basically,
across his half court.
all right.
One of many things Reed contributes on the floor.
It's got to figure out what these versions of the players are like, not the real one, right? I'm thinking too much with my actual real life knowledge. You can't do that because
Playing inside out.
Left side Williams. Here's Bridges. And too long on the shot. And so it's Beal who brings up the ball for Chicago. Another 3 for Chicago.
the way that the AI plays threes by default is it gives them enough space to actually hit them.
And that is key for them. Continuing to build
I've gotten destroyed in all of these, or at least the play now online was kind of close, but I just can't quite do it the way that I want to do it. Everything feels so. And again, I was even saying that since it just came out, right? Like this is more early in the game's lifespan. It shouldn't be a big deal because keep going.
Here's Chamberlain. No good.
Look at Curry, man, such a mismatch, but they don't understand how the game actually works.
They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
But no, it's like it shouldn't be that bad now because of the
Grabs the miss.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot.
because of the
Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
nothing the defense can do about that. Randall just powers it down.
Here's Chamberlain.
I'd rather hit that with Wilt than anything else.
Chamberlain's got 10 points in the game.
Who has the other one then even?
Simmons. Up top, Curry. For 3, Durant. Doncic pulls down the board. And it's Williams off the drive. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
what I was saying is the fact that like I could build the type of team I want or whatever, but then it's still not that fun. I think maybe the salary cap mode, but now I'm gonna whatever. I'm gonna force myself to like I want just all the best defenders, which some of these might be pretty good, but something just feels off. He's getting very cocky though. You might think, oh, that seems kind of cheese. Like, oh, Wilt couldn't do that so fast. But actually, he could do that. That's the thing. He was that fast.
Synonym for bad shot.
Here's Williams. Oh, and Reed with a block.
Outstanding defense by Reed there.
I don't mind that. Like, Curry can get away with that, but most guys, you shouldn't be taking those kind of shots.
Tries again. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
So again, he can have it. I don't really care. Again, if you can hit all those threes. I haven't had like enough time maybe to practice as these teams, but if it was my preference, I wouldn't have Luka on here, obviously. He's just not my type of player, like I say.
Just under 3.5 minutes have passed.
You know, the instincts of Luka Doncic are second to none. Such a natural playmaker.
Because the kind of things you have to do are weird. Like he's slow, he's unathletic, his release is long, slow. Oh, look how he saw the future there.
How close you are to the rim if the defense is lurking.
But no, I'd make like a very defensive focused team, Scottie Pippen, other, you know, good defenders and stuff.
Pass to Chamberlain.
He's doing better now. He's sort of moving around them and stuff. That you have
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are
you see even the commentators praising me, oh, not settling for threes, but it doesn't matter because you'll do that. This is like what it would be like. Oh, Shaq versus the modern, you know, like the 2001 Lakers versus the 2016-17 Warriors. Shaq could have 50, he could dominate, but it wouldn't matter. You'd still lose because the threes are, it's just a counting game, right? The threes are bigger than two, and you can't do anything to stop them. And actually, Shaq was a bit of a defensive liability when it came to that sort of thing, even by his own admission. There's a clip of him saying that with Bryant Reeves. He was like a stretch big that wasn't even that good, and he had trouble against him, or he had trouble against other stretch bigs. So imagine what modern bigs, and even just pick and roll and stuff like that, would give him trouble. He was a bit of a lazy defender and all of this, so... But again, my biggest issue with my team isn't even so much like, oh, that let's say somebody has too good of a team or this or that. That's not the problem. The problem is if you want them to feel sim-like. Like, okay, you can have the best players, but should Sigma be moving like this? He did not move like this. He's not like this. Right, he's moving like a guard. He's guarding my point guard. Like, what is all that? He's a big. He's more of a traditional big. He could shoot a bit mid-range, but it's not right.
Another three for Chicago.
Well, since entering the league in 2015, Rozier's done a nice
This Carrington is here just by pure position politics here, because you have to
Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Here's Williams. Chicago with a rebound.
I should always be able to master the inside releases that we get here. Feels like he's working very little for his shots too. He's just jacking them up. Right, like, but his releases are good, so they're just like these standstill, not really that open kind of shots.
coming down the stretch. They've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Pass to Divac. Back to Beal. Here's Sigma.
Yeah, that makes me sick. Sig to my stomach, because you're just like fucking clowning it up. That's such a trash thing. Why do they have to do that? Let's make these versions of players that are nothing like the real thing.
We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter.
He's still laying it up there though. Why doesn't he dunk it? They're acting like Wilt can't dunk. No, he was holding back, or they tried to stop him from dunking, but
Doing everything possible to keep them in this game.
Well, he clearly liked that look and made sure not to waste the opportunity.
So I got to get better at those kind of, like, that's still a decent release, and in the past that might have gone in on its own because they didn't have. Okay, maybe he could have done that, but not.
Fadeaway was cash. Back to Bridges. Hey, puts up a three.
Why is Bridges' release so
With a rebound.
tiny there, even on an open shot? I thought he could shoot.
It's Bridges on the wing. And there's another one for Chicago.
Is this the same Bridges, Miles Bridges, or Mikal Bridges? Like,
You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless.
I like how he's actually taking some of these deep threes, though. He's trying to flex on it a bit. That's almost what Steph Curry's whole style of play would seem like. That, oh, he was trying to showboat and take these deep threes to show off or whatever. But then we found actually a deeper meaning in it. So Mark Jackson is actually the real one who deserves credit for that.
That is good.
Because he's, you know, he enabled that when it seemed... And I even thought that at the beginning, too. I sort of didn't like Curry early on because I thought, oh, that's not sustainable. It's kind of showy. It's kind of not how it should be done. Right? It's never going to work. But then, I had that expression. I love people who prove me wrong. That you, I love people who prove me wrong. So because he did that, and he won so much, and it did work, then I become his biggest, not really biggest fan, but I respect him a ton because you did what I thought was not even possible or practical. And so, okay, we'll show sportsmanship here. I mean, either he's really good or that's crazy.
To walk into enemy.
So Will 10 for 18, 20. I mean, I was maybe forcing it to him a little bit, but that's still not bad. Like, he's efficient. But again, some of the 6-3, like just the threes. Like, let's look, what are their actual three ratings? Okay, 94, 92, which is just ridiculous. Like, Jack Sigma's biggest fan rages still because it's not. Bro, he didn't even shoot threes, man. But no, that was like the biggest superstar choke maybe before LeBron in 2011 was the Dennis Johnson. People forget he was the best player for the Sonics, and they made it 1 year to the finals, and then they lost, and then he choked really bad, and then they came back the next year and won it and redeemed themselves. So yeah, I wasn't too happy with that. Again, would like better defensive players really stop you from even hitting threes? Because so many of these are not. All right, let's go back to this. So many of these don't even feel like really earned or very good shots. It's just like the amount of space that the AI naturally gives or whatever. Let's go back to the theater. There's like maybe one more door we can do. There are so many modes with this that, you know, it's taken a while to kind of go around and do a wear and earn Wednesday. This might be like a 5v5 or something. This was the 2K. Wait, I think that was what it was. Yeah, the 1v1. Oh, 3v3, no squads. Okay, fine. Only one I think I couldn't find the match for was the first one. So we just skipped it when I was doing that before. He's 84 and 71. So again, let them do all the offensive work and I'll just play defense. Even though if there's a stretch big, then I'm screwed because I hate doing that. Bro is literally shirtless. Can we get a WNBA players in here or a female create a my player? Like, why not if we have the my team mixed that way? Right? Why discriminate in this mode? And then we'd have the same effect. Oh, let's do a shirtless female my player. Like, fucking. That's probably why they don't do it, but. Think about how this is how contrived society is. Oh, men's and women's locker rooms in real life have to be controlled in this way, but it's like no, you cannot even have in a fictional game where you're playing fake characters, avatars, whatever, right? You cannot even allow you cannot even allow there to be like a fictional basis of, right, in a fictional game where you're creating a character, you cannot even allow there to be confused me a little bit with the jerseys and stuff because they're just sort of random. Okay, I like that. So my matchup is a little bit smaller, but it also means that I don't know how he could have possibly made that. Fuck. Despite my low offensive rebounding capability. Him just making sort of smart heads-up type plays, too. Because I kind of missed that contest and then I just kept going. Look at that. I'm deflecting. If I had more presence of mind, I could have... You certainly feel my presence. Maybe just because of my size, but I do like that. This guy might be able to shoot, but he's missed a couple of shots. But no, what I was trying to say is you cannot even have fictional... What is he doing? Just a mind trick to try to get you to leave him open. You cannot even have created my player fictional stuff where you're able to, again, have male and female characters mixed. Forget about real life. Forget about a real life bathroom or locker room. You cannot even have it in this context of a again, in like a MyCareer mode, you can't have created my player females because why? Oh, people do weird things and inappropriate things and whatever. It's like even some of the maybe dress choices, clothing choices, some kind of RP type shit. Look at that forgiving dunk. I just love the whole, again, be like a willing teammate, all this kind of shit. One guy might be AFK or I don't know what happened. My passing rating isn't even that high, but I mean, sometimes you can get these just by being a willing passer. My big weakness is that I'm so slow, is that I, you know, he's so slow that he causes a problem sometimes. Yeah, this is what I like. I can get carried by people who can actually shoot and hit the releases, but we're doing fine, like... He's willing to take these jump shots, which I don't trust his ability to make. But see, if he could do that, then I'd get cooked. They're playing fast. This is crazy. Of course, when we win one, we can do it again until we lose. We almost shut them out altogether. Taking all these back. Oh, wow. Okay, I'll give you that. I was open there if he had gotten it to me. I guess the one thing I don't do enough is I don't set screens, really. Okay, I mean, again, if you can hit the releases, I got no... That's what it turns into, a release contest of, like, just... That's kind of good, actually. 16... The other dude didn't do a whole lot, but we're all in the A's. Again, I was just sort of playing solid, but... I must say, I really hate that whole thing of just jacking up jump shots the whole game, but... Next max overall... Yeah, we could do it again, but I won't do it with the same people. Just for, or by chance it might happen, but like I'll quit out and then I'll go back in. Yeah, that was good because again, we're just doing solid things, playing good defense, and it's allowing us to just be like a good presence there, some good passes, just kind of willing team play, right? I don't care about anything, numbers or stuff. So we can definitely do it again. So let's see how long we can get a streak going. I don't think I've had too long of a streak in any of these, but oh shit, this is a bad sign though, that they're all 60s. In some ways, less can be more that way, and it can be kind of fun because you have to make the best of what you have, and you won't be just jacking up stuff all the time. But like, even if, oh, somebody here can still hit threes, that might be the only thing that they can do. Instead of in some of these higher rated players will be like, oh, they can do everything. Right, so we need like a MyCareer limited too, where you can't have over like a 75 overall or something. 68, 60. Oh, this is pretty balanced though. I was worried they'd have like a crazy high rated player. So now we have to be the difference and actually have an impact. How is it 0 points per game? How? What does that even mean? And when have I ever had zero? I have 1 rebound per game, 0 points per game. But how? That's never happened. So I usually have a size advantage, a height advantage. I mean, I would have to because I'm always against the bigs taking it out because then it's more room for me to have to move to it wasn't really my fault. I was trying to set a screen for the guy, not. All right, we might be cooked here. What are those little, it's like some sort of skill badge or something. The little check chess shit. Now I could get potentially a run out. Everybody just hits everything though. These are 60 overalls doing this. Like, how are they this good? This guy does have a 3-point icon. I'm just doing that and it looks like I'm actually contesting something, but you know, just from the angle, but obviously I was super far away. There is one player who actually does that. He'll like sort of contest in jest, if you will, like from a distance. I don't know what that sound was, but again, if it's going to be all threes, I can't do anything about it, but how is he making that? I guess it evens out. Like, oh, you might be a 60 overall, but they're also the same, so it's going to be like they can't defend just like you can't score. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's good. You get it in the flow, even though I'm surprised I can even make that. Like, who am I even supposed to be guarding? I don't get it. Oh, that's a good recovery there that he would do that. Because, fuck. Shit. I do usually have a pretty good mismatch. Like with, you know, the whole team could be a mismatch. Nobody's 7-4, so that's my one Achilles heel though, is speed. Always, like, I just can't even keep up with these guys. Where like I'll be in position to defend or do something, but then I just can't because the guy's gonna be too slow and won't be able to react in time and stuff. Just snatch that too. We are still somehow doing it. Like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Right, but Oh, look at that. We're getting multiple blocks. Look at that, dude. This is what we live for. Can't argue with that. You take a bad 3. I can't argue with that. Like, that's all you need. People are actually hitting them. Again, we're still a B plus teammate grade. 100% field goal. 2, 2, and 2. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but I got a couple good blocks and stuff too. Do we get to actually see the proper box score? Because oh yeah, 2 blocks. See, that's a big thing. So that one wasn't quite as clean. The first one we almost shut them out. Yeah, 1 block to win. Wait, what? A lot of the time I'm not even getting blocks. I sort of just, and again, those are just 60 overall. So this is kind of crazy that we're even able to do that. Right, like how are we fucking... Again, the opponents weren't that much different, but no, we could be like a 75 overall, but we'll be fully fleshed out as a defensive god. In a way, I kind of like these lower rated things, but that didn't feel that low rated. Again, I like where it kind of bogs it down a bit. They'll be actually missing shots, and they'll be, you know, everybody's really well practiced with their releases, I guess. Sometimes I underestimate my close shot and stuff, but it feels like... I don't know why we're even called that. Two-way crafty masher. When, I guess because I did put some stuff into close shot. Because again, interior defense, close shot, block, defensive rebound. Standing dunk isn't too good, but we have at least the potential to make it better. And the stats are kind of bugged out because I don't know what that means. Right, it's clearly not this mode that it's looking at. Only thing I'm missing is the offensive rebounding, which I still sometimes get despite my low rating just because of my size alone. That you're able to... I mean, that's the one thing you can't... Okay, that wasn't my fault even. What is he doing? Is he AFK or what? I maybe should have had the confidence to do that, but these guys are just better offensively. Like, this is an interesting sort of deferential support type of character that I deliberately try to make. Right, like where I say, oh, I'm doing Skyrim and I... Or wait, what? I'm doing Skyrim and I try to make a healing hand support character for my own companions in there, even though it's a single player experience. Like, right, or like in Overwatch or something, I'm more willing to be a healer when most people aren't, and I actually enjoy that, and I actually want to play the role and do that part of it. Like, this is a definite size mismatch, and so you're able to... Oh, that looked like they got a steal, just the way he grabbed that. Again, I'm happy being a support type player here, but... You know you can't do anything with that. You want to try to be a stretch and shoot threes, I can live with that. But you're not going to be able to do shit here. Or because you're too fast. I'm even talking trash. But again, the only way you can get me is the speed thing. Oh wait, but this is actually a mismatch. How did I get on this guy? Now my hand was like going through his head and everything there. I don't know how he got that, but... This is all it is. Just run up the floor, immediately jack up a 3 every single time. Like, how is that fun? But again, what can you really do rules-wise to stop that? Yeah, keep going to this guy. I want to shut his ass down. He's not confident enough to take a jump shot here. But how? I'm right there. I'm actually getting cooked by this guy. That would have been a good open shot, but... I mean, I'm always a proponent of playing fast too, but you don't have to be this fast all the time. This guy is actually destroying me, though. I don't know how. he hasn't shown that he can shoot. The I just saved it from a steal here. Okay, their team is just bad and they can't hit anything. Keep jacking up the threes. He's falling on his face, wasting energy. Yeah, give it back to this guy since he's your MVP apparently, and he can score on a 7-5 dude right in his face. Like, yeah, this dude is so slow that he sometimes... Right, he's so slow that you'll see what's happening and then it'll just... You'll see what's going to happen, but you can't stop it in time, right? Wow. It's actually impressive that he's able to do that. He's a little faster, not that that's much of an accomplishment. It's so cheese, man. I hate it. But I've found a way to still be like, I can be a cog and watch people do that without doing it myself. But I'm still having a certain amount of impact, even as the B- would show you. Like, he's beating me with his speed, which I don't understand exactly what to do about. Right, you could have a big open in the paint with a huge mismatch even for their defender, and they could be totally open and all this, but you'll still take a deep three because, oh, you're just that good, and 3 is bigger than 2, which is true. He liked my play even though it doesn't show as being, you know, very impactful stat-wise, but there are other things that you're doing. And again, just to be willing to play that role, right, just to be willing to play that role and do something that maybe other people wouldn't enjoy doing is very cool, because you get to, you know, sometimes there are things that need to be done and you're a different kind of role than people are used to seeing, and you're doing it in such a way. I guess I never said that I can't upgrade in the middle of doing this, right? I should have to go back, and because I do probably have quite a bit of, I guess it's not that much. Yeah, the speed thing is crazy. Like, it seems fair given how big we are that we'd be a little clumsy and awkward, and in real life you often get injured a lot. Like Yao Ming and others, like, it's when you are that big, there's a lot of issues injury wise that can happen. And so, you know, those are some of the disadvantages that you get with it. So this is a very good streak that we're on here. And again, it seems like, oh, we're getting carried by our offensive players, but we're having a certain amount of impact. Connection has been lost. We get on a win streak for the first time ever, and then we have to be punished for that. Like, it can't accept the fact that we're doing that. Why does it have to do that every time? Fine, so we'll go back in our base. Like I said, we have to be in our little thing in order to MyCareer, in order to upgrade. So we can do that as we're on a good streak finally. And we have, you know, I want to finish this off. Ah, shit, we're a little short of being able to do it. Purchase successful. So again, we'll finish off interior defense and block for sure. Then we could do some of these, I guess. And the only thing I'm going to desire then is some of these other ones. Like, maybe it'd be a good thing if these were actually capped out. Like you have to live with this, and so you can never get offensive rebound higher, you can never get strength higher, and you just have to live with it because you can't do everything. But there'll be stupid ways to do that, like, oh, you can make your cap 99 in everything, but to be a 99 overall you wouldn't even have to be 99 in everything, right? That's not really how it works. they're going to need a squad to stop us with the way that, you know, we're kind of dominating this mode, even though I'm not doing a ton. It doesn't seem like you're always doing a ton, but it is like, you know, you're having an impact for sure. It's just harder to measure sometimes. Like, even if you're not getting blocks, you're, you know, defending. They're not scoring a lot in the paint, even though that one guy was cooking me in a way that seems surprising, but they'll do it more so with their speed. 60, 72, 71. I actually love these lower rating matchups because, again, it won't be as crazy, but that one that I said, the one before that, did sort of feel crazy because right, these 60 overalls were dunking and hitting every three and stuff. I can't deny that that's accurate to real life because that's the nature and the state of the game, but you must be the change you wish to see in the world, and that is you must be the change you wish to see in the world. And so I'm doing that. Like, I'm being an old school big. I want to play inside. I don't want to do all this stretch nonsense. I guess he was my matchup, but really I was trying to cover the guy on the outside. One thing I haven't been doing really is setting screens, but people don't seem to even want them. They just want the spacing of it. Like, what is that? 70 overalls doing that shit. But yeah, see, I still sometimes do get those offensive, those offensive rebounds just because of the reach and foul. You rarely see fouls of any kind here. You almost forget that they even exist. Alright, so these guys aren't quite as automatic with the... Damn, that was actually kind of a tougher release. Not quite as automatic with the... God damn it. I'm just too slow to do that. They're not quite as good with the threes, which makes it a little more realistic. Like, you shouldn't always make it if it's just an excellent release, but... Everybody's just too fast and too athletic and everything. Fuck. Still rather pull up for that than... Even though I do like to play fast to a degree, it's a case where... Oh, shit. It's a situation where... It's a situation where this type of player would be more suited to do that. Fuck. To play slower. Right, with this type of build and this type of player. All these fading, like, you can't do anything with that. The way, again, the way they move, these bigs who can move like that and shoot like that. I'm making some of these actually tough shots. But I'm just too slow and out of position. And again, if they're going to hit the stretch threes, we'll lose because we won't get carried by our teammates here. Like, they're just missing everything. Like, what? Fuck, man. Even all these smaller players who just... You can just tell he wants to take it. What's he doing? Yeah, the way that players move is always what triggers me. Like, just nobody moves the way that some of these players do. Like Jack Sigma was doing even in that mode. Finally, like, they just couldn't hit some of these shots that everybody else is hitting. Why do I have to have the guy who's on fire? They just get there too late to be able to do anything. I actually made a couple shots that were pretty tough though. This whole playing fast thing is so dumb too. Oh, that was a good move. Look at that, look at that. We're just killing it with the offensive board. Even though we have like a 25 rating in it. Like, we're doing what we can. Right, they'll be all flashy and they'll be hitting jump shots and they'll be doing these crazy moves and you'll just be standing there cleaning up the glass, but you will end up having a better stat line and being more efficient than them. So it's like, what is bro doing right now? Ah. Alright, we at least had a decent streak there. Right, so they're all flashy, but then they're all flashy, but I end up having a bigger impact and being better. He shot 25%. Like, I was actually the best one on there, despite it maybe not looking that way. Now we could go to our first historic team in the Play Now Online. And then we would have some other mode in the My Team. That was at least a decent streak that we went on in something finally. But no, I hit a couple tough releases with some of those inside shots that are weird because normally you wouldn't have to do that. It's maybe a good mechanic, but it just doesn't feel as intuitive. Like, something about it doesn't actually make sense to me. It's not the same as a jump shot, like where there's a clear, like, oh, when they get to the height of their jump, or like there's a flow to it. When you're an inside release, there's nothing to it. Like, I don't know, the feedback, it doesn't make as much sense. You're just kind of doing it based on what it's telling you, but it's not super clear. But yeah, the main weakness is speed. It's not so much that you couldn't stop them, it's that you 65 overall. It's that you time to retire. The fact is they'll get a step, and so now it won't matter what your defense is because you have the ability to only have the ability to do, if you're really in the right position and in front of them. If they get by you, then it's too late. Okay, so here, let's do one more. We'll do my first game as a historic team in the Play Now Online. Obviously, since we've unlocked it, we haven't actually done a single one. And maybe I haven't even won anything in this tier, right? Because we had unlocked it, and now we need 40 points, and then we only got one. I guess we only won one game as somebody. Who would it have been? It would have been maybe the Jazz here. Since we got to this tier, and I guess we unlocked all the first set of historic teams, which I think is like 10 of them. So it's kind of a big moment because I cucked myself of being able to play them in 2K25, because towards the end of that game's lifespan, obviously recently, I did a little 2K25 miniseries and I unlocked the historic teams, but then I never actually played as them. I don't think I even played as them once, right? I think I maybe played a little bit, but I went through all the trouble to unlock them, which isn't that big of a deal, but some of them, not like all of them, like the first set that you get or whatever. And then I like played as the Lakers one, and then I, 83, 84 Bulls. So this is obviously a bad Bulls team that didn't win anything. and might have been the one that had where Jordan had 63 against the Celtics. That might have even been. It might have been that year, but yeah, it's a situation where, man, that Knicks logo looks sick. It's like all 3D and glowing and stuff. It's amazing because, again, we went through the trouble. We did that mini series. We unlocked historic teams, but then, oh, this came out. So then I never got a chance to actually do the historic teams there. So now we may as well make up for it here. So again, what you're going to realize with these older teams that we always see is that we see they can't shoot threes. They shouldn't be able to. This is at least better and more satisfying because it's sim-like, though, because, oh, like Jordan's going to be all glazed up and he's going to be 99 overall, which would be justified because of how he played against the Celtics there, and he was really good. But he shouldn't be able to shoot threes because his three is going to be, you know, pretty shitty, and so you're not going to be able to shoot threes, and you're going to have a lot of limits in a lot of different areas. And he starts off by taking a questionable three. You should play almost at a slower style. Greenwood. Wait. Where's... Wait, am I confused? When did Jordan get... Oh, this was the year before they even got him, so I was way wrong with the whole... Oh, they baited me. They baited me. They made me think... yes, of course, Corzine was the GOAT before Jordan, and he had to be replaced. But this was the year... Wow, way to bait people. This is the year before he was drafted. And so... So everybody would pick this team when they're getting offered the historic teams, and then realize that, oh, wait, they don't even have Jordan. Are you kidding me? Like, these teams weren't even that good even when Jordan joined, let alone, like, why is this a noteworthy team? Why would this be one that anybody would think of or be a fan of or anything? Right, it's because of what happened after that. Oh, they got Jordan. This is trash. Like, how did they even score? I don't know how he's even making some of these, but I'll turn the bigs into a real spectacle here. It'll lock them down defensively. That was the big thing. They might be okay defensively, but... But again, none of these people can shoot threes, nor should they really be able to. Dave Corzine is going to cook Cat zesty ass, which is a phrase I never thought I'd say. He moves kind of a little weird and slow, Rod Higgins. Like he's not really meant to be doing some of these things. That should have almost been a foul. It's a way to like cover up offensive deficiencies that you might have. Is that, oh, you're trying to play fast and get easy shots like that way. But, or make these weird kind of moves, but I think Towns is actually kind of underrated, though. He's crazy with his ability to stretch and shoot. Like, he's way better than people realize. Okay. What? Even though as I'm glazing Towns, don't praise the enemy when you're going to get cooked by them. And it would be like a big deal, you know, somebody hits a three and it's like, wow, that's crazy. What an accomplishment. And back, yeah, I'm sure that's something he would really do. This random Greenwood guy would do a backwards dunk like that just at a standstill for no reason. And then imagine if you missed that because he wants to go for that funky animation that I totally didn't trigger. That's actually somewhat possible that he would actually move like that because... bigs are definitely much more mobile today than they used to be. At least a respectable attempt, I mean. He should have easily been able to take that, but he's just too zesty to do it, I guess, huh? Okay, we got it. Take this tight, play to our strengths, which we really don't have very many strengths, the clown team that we have here. See, like, I won't even take a jump shot. That shows you, like, I'm in the historic mindset, even if I'm not playing as a historic team. I just won't want to take I won't want to take jump shots at all.
That would have tied it. The Bulls leading
That's one of my issues with the releases, is that like they're
to the middle. Here's Corzine. And he uses the
like,
Corzine's got 6.
if you're wide open and you don't hit the release perfectly, you should still make it sometimes. And if you are contested and we have to live up to the old school flopping, this is what you have to scrape and claw and whatever, do whatever it takes.
For the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And there's the call on
We're getting sort of bailout fouls when we're getting pushed out of bounds and stuff. Like, I don't know who some of these people even are.
I thought the defense was just there a little late.
driving the lane. Here's Trent. The layup on top.
Yeah, I try to make these bigs very good some of the time.
And so
But this at least makes it seem like, oh, this is a good defensive team, but it could be that he's just bad and he's taking bad shots.
K Sports.
Like, it's interesting to put those two pieces of information together. Like, modern players are much better at shooting, like shooting threes and whatnot.
Tuning in if you're just
They're just better, period. But then also defense was allowed to be a little more physical and better too in the past. But I think it wouldn't really stop them. It would just be
Their bigs
the original Westbrook.
just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Like, why should he be able to even do that to Cat? Like, why? Who is this guy? It's so dumb. Who are these people and how are they even able to do this? I'm getting mad at my own roster. Like, this is cheese. But he's just taking terrible shots.
I'm lacing up my kicks as you say that. It would have been a lot of fun. But not only do you
You get a free dunk animate. Look at this. It looks like I'm cheesing or like I know what I'm doing with this team, but this is my first time using them. And I'm even mad that Jordan's not on here. No Jordan, no problem. But this guy's just terrible. Like, this is the old OG spanking the modern spoiled three-point jackers right of the league here.
Hey Kevin, Jalen Brunson is the engine that makes this team go, and he has sacrificed so that the Knicks could surround.
We're getting a jump ball. But again, if I can play defense like this and they're just taking bad shots, then I'm happy because he's just so bad. Or at least most people would be hitting the releases too and doing that.
Thanks a lot, Allie. On the left block. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Some tough offensive sets.
Yeah, me bounds were like my thing before they even had a name like that. The whole Angel Reese thing. I would always do that, or, you know, those are sometimes the best shots. You miss, but you get it in close, and then you get an offensive rebound, put back.
Second quarter
Those are amazing because
to the inside.
maybe this team was actually okay defensively, but
Down to 5.
he's also just bad.
Chicago leading. And the Knicks, Doris, making some aggressive moves. And
He should foul. He is fouling quite a bit, but yeah, we're just going to shut him down.
close.
And Kevin, this
And I'll take credit for it, even though he seems pretty bad.
radical building. You give away 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges
Like, you're just never going to make that, and you shouldn't really be able to.
and Dante.
But if you're good enough with the releases, you might be able to.
They haven't quite
Right,
reached the
like,
summit, will they?
The Bulls.
even if they were a mediocre,
Here's Green.
a mediocre shooter.
Off the glass.
Like, nobody knows who any of these players even are. This is like a troll team.
He recognizes it.
I'm probably going to get destroyed the next time I play as them, but
Typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and
you have to work a little bit harder for everything here.
exactly how you lead someone with the pass. Beautifully done.
Keep him at 10 points within halftime, but again, it's not like I'm blowing him out. I can barely score 2.
Over to
And the way that I try to score is so predictable that we're getting doubled on Corzine. Like
Bulls moving the ball around. Fires the 3.
they just can't shoot, man. You should take a mid-range at least.
Clarkson for 3.
Fuck. You should take a mid-range because
Yeah, to me, it's always a great
those ratings will be a lot higher.
calling for Jordan Clarkson.
And so Kevin
So you can play absolutely terrible, but then he hits a couple threes, and that makes a big difference.
adjusting a thing or two.
But again, just to be clear, like, there is a fallacy about old school defense, hand checking and whatnot. It didn't stop you from shooting threes. In fact, it encouraged you to shoot threes. They would always give up threes, even to the best players. Like,
Minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Pass to Corzine. 6 to shoot. Here's Higgins to the middle.
I love those kind where you can just kind of keep pushing in the paint. If I can do that, I'm in my element, but it's not like these players wouldn't hit mid-range shots from time to time. But my whole thing is, again, if you three-point shots would be given up to you, and they would be considered so hard that you would
Finishing inside.
McBride on the wing.
they would be considered harder shots, and they would be given to you. And so it's not like, oh, defense was going to stop that.
Outside for Robinson. For the 3.
All right. It's not like defense was really stopping that. If you look, okay, I give up.
On the hustle stats for New York.
I don't know what's happening. Like, we just kind of gave up and started fucking up. I'm just getting bored and trying to make it more interesting. That's what always happens to me in chess. He had such good position. He could have gone behind him there.
The glass right now.
Here's Hart.
This is all they have to do is jack up threes, and eventually you'll make enough to do something.
Pass to Higgins. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Greenwood can't
Like,
get
what a
it.
bunch of unknown trash players. What? Yeah, it's not like defense would have stopped threes from being made, right? Oh, it's more physical, it's this and that. But it was physical in the paint. It was physical, you know, fouling people and stuff like that.
Here's what
It's not going to just be, oh, we're physical at the three-point line, playing you at half court like that. And that's something we haven't done like the whole game. So at least it's not expected. Also, what we haven't done is hit a jump shot.
Yeah, nice job there. Just very lackluster defense.
So he's kind of bad, but we still let him get into it somehow. He's shooting 33% from 3 is better than shooting
right after half.
50% from 2. Like all these kind of
We'll see you in a bit.
analytics that are pretty basic. That the three-point shot is just difficult to make regardless of how it's defended. But you can go back and watch old film. It's like, oh, that's why there weren't so many threes, because defense was better. But that's actually not true at all. Defense on threes was actually a lot worse. They were giving them up to you, and they were
Here's Greenwood, defended by Towns. And here's
we're getting actually doubled on the bigs here.
inside. Greenwood
Their movement without the ball sometimes is pretty good. Like the way he
first bucket of the
did actually come over there was pretty nice.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look.
The play call, but I didn't even call it. I just kind of see it. It's running in my head, and if the game can keep up, then this guy is so bad, man.
Possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Getting bailed out by, again, a really great underrated player in Towns. This guy is just so terrible, though.
Defender.
Everything he does is just bad.
first free throw of the game. The offense
Yet it's still close because, again, the threes
Greg is a 7
are cheese.
very special to say the least.
And he reaches like crazy. He might get you like auto forfeit if you do that too much, right? If you're just spam fouling. Oh, look at their movement without the ball. Like, I'm encouraging that by how I'm playing, I guess, but
You gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Here's Anunoby.
what?
Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
Don't give
I don't think he's that good of a shooter,
boy. He
or even that didn't seem like a very high quality shot.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago.
He's just not respecting it, which you shouldn't, but a lot of these older teams can't shoot, and it's fair because you shouldn't be able to.
Here's Greenwood. Rebounded by Hart.
Right, you shouldn't be able to because they couldn't do it or they couldn't even attempt it, so it's hard to know. Right, like Bill Russell's block shouldn't be that high because, oh, he didn't average any blocks in his career, but we don't know that because we don't know that because they weren't recorded, but roughly there were some fan statements that say like Russell averaged like around 5 or 6 blocks a game, which is obviously very good, but Wilt averaged closer to 8 to 10 a game. As Wilt's stats are always so crazy, it's like,
Here's Corzine. And the rebound goes to
oh my god. He's actually starting to hit threes with some confidence. Okay, all right.
Alley.
Even as I'm talking trash and saying he's so bad at everything.
Jersey of hometown hero and former league MVP Derrick Rose. His coach with the Bulls, Tom Thibodeau, said,
Wow.
That's how he handles adversity, and nobody did it better. He always
Wait, they already retired Rose's jersey, but
in my mind, he is a Hall
I didn't realize he retired. Or no, I guess that's not like the Fall of Fame thing, where
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call.
I can't believe he's actually doing this.
And GA, you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time?
Like, you have to wait 6 years to go in the Hall of Fame, so that, I mean, it feels like there's certain players in the Hall of Fame who, with all due respect, aren't that great, that it makes it feel like everybody should be then in the Hall of Fame. Like, right, like you have Dennis Rodman, not saying he's bad, but just, it's just odd, some of the choices that they have in there.
And he can't stop the run as he misses.
He's just jacking it up from 3, which should make him a little predictable, but wow. Wow.
Feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
It's tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession.
The way we started this off, so he just realized just jack up 3s and he's hitting the releases, like,
But a really good read on his part.
I can't figure it out.
At the defensive end right now.
I am doing that as like almost a troll thing, but it is sort of my style. Like, oh, I'm shooting only inside and I'm not shooting any 3s, but you also have to defend them a little better.
Back to Brunson.
He's really hitting like a tough contested one with fucking OG. Like, this is crazy.
Bulls trail by 6.
Oh, wow. Some of these releases are tough, though. That's like a sliver.
Close to the cup is a win as far as possessions go.
D Farmer. That could be very meme-worthy.
Down to Anunoby.
Also known as, insert name here, Sophie Rain. I don't know.
Lets the 3 fly.
But we can still do it because, oh, shit. This dude is a bit of a clown, but
58 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to
every time I talk trash, he hits another 3. I mean, even this dude, as bad as he is getting rewarded for the 3 cheese.
to the inside. Clock at 6.
What?
And it goes out of bounds.
Oh, okay. I thought it counted that as like me walking out of bounds.
The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Yeah, that's all I do is I'm going to try to score in the paint every time, and then all he's going to do is try to shoot 3s, and then he wins because 3 is bigger than 2, even if his percentage is lower. Like, it's kind of a good demonstration of how stupid that is.
From deep, Brunson.
But he just keeps doing it. He doesn't know. He's his own worst enemy. He doesn't know when to stop.
Defense that time around, just lucky he was off.
A nice shot by Theus.
I do like all these weird in-between cheese type things, and I swear.
Bridges outside.
Yeah, go ahead, take it, take it.
Back to
He's not very good at going inside, like, well, and as I said, dude,
Great D that time from Green. Here's Theus.
all right, fine.
3/4 of play in a close game here.
We've kept it close, even though
By 2.
it'll be diametrically opposed. The old school where you're trying to,
In a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one.
you know, the old school where you're trying to only score inside, efficient, whatever. The new school where you're just jacking up 3s a lot.
Right in the heart of the defense. Brunson.
What was that? Haha.
Brunson size fool you. This guy operates consistently on the interior.
Payne can't hit.
I mean, is there anybody here who can hit? Because I haven't even tried to do any jump shots, but yeah, it's good. This guy's easy to trick into doing something. You let him do it once, and then he'll just keep doing it over and over, even if it's not the right opportunity to do it.
Chicago. Here's Theus. Back to Westbrook. And the layup's good off the glass.
Guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked
Like, that could be a little trivia minigame. Try to guess the. Oh, that was like a backcourt. Try to guess the name of the first name of some of these players.
Brunson outside.
He is throwing it though.
Green with the rebound. Here's Farmer. Good.
He's farming points. He's farming cheese points on the fast break here.
Farmer's got the game tied up here. For
Then now he'll take frustrate. He doesn't realize how bad that is. What he's doing.
Boy, I don't love his shot selection tonight. You've got to work for better looks.
Green.
Early.
Had a chance.
That's more just like a shot quality issue, but
Here's Clarkson.
no.
Buseli wide
Or that guy maybe can't shoot.
offline with his 3. To the right side. Pass to Green to take the lead. Knicks with the rebound.
Very hard to figure out some of those releases, like what it wants you to do with that. You do have a mismatch there.
Here's Clarkson.
But again, all these players, for all their size and everything, is meaningless because...
They swipe.
Oh, go.
Here's Westbrook. That doesn't go. And a chance.
The other Westbrook would have made that. Even Westbrook would have made that.
Now Yabusele.
Oh shit, we're both choking. This is what hardcore old school defense would do, but that just means more so that they couldn't score. Oh, and one, wow. It's almost inexplicable what I'm doing sometimes. You're just doing, shit, you're just doing the same thing over and over. You're taking like questionable, weird shots. Very predicted. This guy's like trolling the game.
Now Green. Here's Watley. Green the screen. 5 to
Oh, look at that. We got the commentator cooking. Green the screen. We got the 2K26 commentator rapping before GTA 6.
And there's the foul.
He's just spam fouling. He's frustrated.
That is his first foul of the game.
He's so terrible though. Like, this is the worst player ever, and I'm still gonna lose to him.
What a play inside.
That's who we started off hot with, right? Dave Corzine, or was that even him?
Like that.
You've got to try
He's such a baby of the modern game, like,
making that entry.
where all he can do is jack up threes with no effort.
Tripped it away. And here we go. The ball
You know, somebody else should be ahead here and make a shot.
cleaves it in off the window.
Boy, what a sweet pass. That one on.
Right, he's not willing to work for it. He's not doing these crazy dribble moves. He's not using screens a lot. He's not even...
Scanning the floor. Got it to go off the glass.
Well, clearly it shows you how bad I am that it would even be so close.
He wants
Just kind of milk the clock a little bit.
that moment and does.
Here's Higgins. 6 on the shot clock.
It was weird. It was pretty open. I get some of those weird angles sometimes.
He brings
But he's going to not be able to resist the urge to get a three here.
outside. Brunson.
And he is good with the releases, man. He's very good with them to the point where...
You want the ball to find its way into Brunson's hands in these big-time moments. He relishes the opportunity.
he was wide open, but they're sometimes too slow to get to it. This is almost a challenge. We try to win a game without shooting any threes, which is fitting, at least for these older teams,
Not when you
because
attack, good things happen.
because they typically can't shoot threes anyway, or there'll be like one guy who can kind of do it. I at least like it in the middle where it's like sort of you're defined by that. Like, okay, there will be a shooting guard and a point guard who can shoot, and then everyone else can't. Right? There'll be at least certain specialists and stuff like that, but
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the foul called on.
oh, that foul will bury you though now because there's no shot clock. So all I have to do is hit free throws with these random no-name NBA players that I don't know even who they are.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know.
Oh shit, but we're doing clutch even in the home court thing, but he's capable of hitting a three. So there we go, dude. When a stoppable force meets a movable object, when clown meets clown, this is what we get, dude.
As cool as he could be.
Okay, he's a clown though. He takes bad shots, but you can make that. You can make that.
To tie it up. The long shot.
What a clown trash kind of low quality game on both sides. Absolutely terrible.
Fabulous finish as they continue.
Let me actually try something here because normally I would have this mic on like a different table. But like, let me shake it a little bit if I'm like shaking the table or doing something. So does this affect the quality here? I'll test this at the end. Like I'm really shaking it. It shouldn't really happen while I'm using it, but that would sometimes happen. Or maybe more so when you're using the keyboard.
So for doors.
So yeah, I don't know. Somehow I should remedy that. Like I could just use this same table, but then I would need a different one to like rest my hand on as I'm using this. So Dave Corzine becomes the star of the day, 78 overall. Like, who is even their guy? This is such a shitty team. But again, let's look at the comparison of like the 3-point versus the inside. This would be like more realistic, like if they're actually not making every shot. 7 for 29 threes, but even with that, he still stays in the game. Again, points in the paint, 42 versus 18. At least a good first impression with our historic teams here. But yeah, let me test that shake thing. Like, okay, I'm raging and I'm banging the controller on the table or something, and I'm, you know, moving a lot. So maybe that's causing it to, like, the mic to bounce and move a little bit, which I think did mess it up. That used to be an issue before. So if I did that, I would have to put it like on a separate table. And then I think that's how I did it before. It was somehow sitting on a different table than the one. I can't remember exactly how I did that. It was sitting on like a different table than the one that I'm in front of, because that one I can rest my hand on and move and stuff, versus that where I, you know,